Hey, what's up crew, it's Caggmoney here, and today I'm bringing you the start of a new series that you've all been asking me to do for a very long time now. Cause today, I'm giving you my ranking list of all the spider icons in GD. Now I just want to preface this by saying that the list is comprised of my personal preferences based on the look of the spider, how well it adapts to various color schemes, and just how generally awesome or not awesome I find it. Before we get started though, you know what I'm about to say. If you do like this video, make sure to drop a like, and if you aren't subbed to the channel yet for whatever reason, make sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out of here. Without further ado, here is my Geometry Dash spider ranking list. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, so for these rankings I've divided the icons into 5 separate tiers. We're going to start down at the bottom and work our way up. As you can see already, I named this bottom tier Don't Use These. I called it this because you can simply just do better. Obviously the leader of this group is the basic starter spider. The spider doesn't have anything particularly wrong with it, but all it shows is that you probably haven't unlocked anything else. Like in an RPG game, would you play the whole game with the wood sword that they gave you in the tutorial? No way! You'd upgrade and sell that crappy wood sword as quick as you could, as you should here. As we move down this tier, we get to this icon that made its way into my 20 worst icons video, and for good reason. This spider just literally and figuratively screams annoying at me. And his rear leg is detached. Which might explain the screaming if they are screams of agonizing pain, but regardless, you could do better than this one. And now this icon just looks like a sentient PS5. Like your console was just so sick of watching you get wrecked like a noob over and over again in COD that it just decided to just gain some life, gain some intelligence, get up off your desk, and just get up and leave. And then lastly, rounding out this tier, we have the spider that clearly goes to the same barber as Bart Simpson. This icon isn't the worst actually, it plays well with some colors, and the eyeball has a nice gleam effect on it, but just like the starter Spidey a little while ago, I think we could just do better for this one. Moving on up to the next tier, we have 4 Spideys that I classify frankly as basic AF. Now this group is a step up from the first 4 we just saw, but still aren't bringing too much to the table. My prime example, leading off with this round boy right here. Now this icon made it into my 20 worst icons video as well, but mostly just so I can make an Incredibles joke. Besides being a Pixar lawsuit waiting to happen, this icon is just okay. Just like its circular shape, it's just lacking some edginess, you know? And for all those edges that last icon lost, our next icon here in this tier has found them, and then some. There's just not enough bubble wrap in the world to baby-proof this icon here. Other than spike-induced anxiety, this icon isn't really making me feel any other types of ways. In a nutshell, it's basic AF. So if I was basing these rankings solely on derpiness, this icon would be in a league of its own. Sadly for this icon, I'm not basing it off that. This icon looks like some bro that just took some pre-workout before leaving to head to the gym, but he got stuck in traffic and that shit just started to kick in. And lastly, wrapping up this tier, we have this mutated spider here. Yes, I know that rhymed. I'm a poet. Didn't even know it. The spider earlier had too many spikes, but this one just has too many everything. Legs, eyes, student loan debt, you name it, this icon probably has it. I was gonna put this icon in the next tier up, just because it does play well with colors, I'll give it that. I like the gradient effect this has, but just the excess appendages and everything else this icon has going for it, I just couldn't do it. Alright, we are now at the halfway mark as we come to the third and largest tier, which I've deemed respectable. This is the part of these rankings where I've weeded out the pretenders, and now we're going to drill down on some of the better Spideys that you can crawl on ceilings and or floors with. Leading off with this Skelly boy, you might have seen recently in my Halloween time spooky icon set video. I spoke about edginess before, and this icon has got it. Besides having a manicure that's just on fleek right now with these spiky legs, the angry eyebrows and the skull jaw really give a solid aesthetic to the spider. This next icon is the first of a few examples you're going to see that brings an animalistic design to the spider icon. My man Jaws over here is bringing to the table a pattern design, which is rare and you're not going to see in any other spider icons, let alone any icons across GD. This really helps add some texture to this icon, and along with the tears and the fins, really brings some King of the Ocean vibes here to GD. Okay, so this guy is like a boss in Dark Souls, except no amount of side rolls in the world will get you to the weak side of the armor, because guess what? There are no weak spots in this man's armor. The greatest blacksmith in the world forged this armor from the fire of a dragon ship to prevent any knees from catching any arrows. And yes, I just referenced both Dark Souls and Skyrim in the same segment. Just warn me if I'm getting too meta for you guys. Let me know down in the comments. On top of having one dope armor set, this icon also does bring some fun color things with both alternated colors in the armor plating and its gradient effects that you can see throughout some of the color patterns. This is just an overall respectable icon and I'm digging it. These last two icons in this middle tier both also appeared in my recent spooky icon set vid, but spookiness isn't the only thing that they bring to the table. This first one is bringing the same armor plated leg vibes that the previous spider had, but instead of protection, this armor plating gives you plus 15 insomnia apparently. This icon also can flex some fun color patterns with its gradient effect and its beady-eyed effect. And finally we have the imp here. I was on the fence about whether or not this icon was basic AF or respectable, and ultimately I bumped it up here because I felt like it was bringing enough hellish vibes with it to hang up in this tier. The glow on its eyes and the little baby horns it's rocking allow for enough edginess and color variation, and I don't know, I kinda just like the imp. Okay, so finally we are now starting to get a little spicy here. These two icons are two that I feel are high tier. If you're rocking these, you're making some good life decisions, my friend. This first icon is bringing just all of the vibes right now. I feel if I were to be a GD spider, I would be this one. My man just has some serious swag dripping off him. The whole aesthetic of this icon just screams cool and edgy. The eyes, head, legs, mouth all flow in a nice sleek direction and complement one another perfectly. And the amount of glow, dimensions, and gradient variations you can do with this guy make it a super versatile and fun icon just to flex. And lastly, we have the Molten Spider. Definitely a fan favorite for sure. This icon is clearly bringing with it a variety of texture and dimension that makes it a fun icon to have in your set. But on top of this, Molten Boy also has a nice outer glow that complements with certain colors and is obviously strong against grass type Pokemon. What's not to love? And finally we've made it. The Elite tier. These icons are the pinnacle of GD spiderness. If you're rocking one of these two, you're instantly able to beat demons, climb Mount Everest, eat cereal for dinner. The world is your oyster. Before we jump into them, I just wanted to give a shout out to TierMaker for helping me put these rankings into a clean, quick little graphic. But more importantly, the icons. The Gorilla Spider. My personal favorite and my personal spider icon. If you've seen any of my streams, you've probably seen me out here pounding my gorilla fist up and down GD levels all day, every day. This icon doesn't hit you with any fancy glow or texture, but just the ape demeanor and facial expression drives you to put on a tie, kidnap some plumber's girlfriend, and start chucking barrels down on him. Wait, wrong game. The Gorilla Spider is the king of the GD jungle and is definitely deserving of being a member of my elite tier. And last, but certainly not least, the Scorpion Spider. This spider is definitely one of the icons I see most frequently among some of my higher ranked icon reviews, and it just has such a great design aesthetic that I couldn't help but put it here. The design rides a blurred line of mechanical alien scorpion thing that I would be terrified to see in a desert, a sci-fi movie, or my house if I lived in Australia. The color blend looks dope as it gradients down the tail and legs. This is just an overall fantastic spider, and I'll never get sick of saying Scorpion Spider. Well, there you have it, guys. My rankings list for all the spiders in Geometry Dash. Please let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of this list, and be on the lookout for me putting out my rankings for all the other gameplay styles in the coming weeks. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.